Hi. So we are going to talk about the books I've read this last week, mainly because I'm going on a holiday next week, and I want to do something now. And I'm going to check if I'm going to do this every other week instead of doing this one per month. So I can talk a bit about the books. I already make reviews on Storylace or Goodreads, copy paste of course. Also, I have my own blog, but I want to try something new here. I'm not going to make money out of this or something like this. It's just for me, practice my English, to practice my reviews. I've been reading for 20 years now, and I think my reviews lack something. So I'm going to try to talk a bit spontaneous, so maybe it's easier. So I'm going to do this every other week, as I said, and this week, this month, okay, my theme was like something like to do with post-apocalyptic dystopia stuff around it. So the first one I've read, I started late January, but I read very fast. To be honest, I read Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. This is the first book on the series. My only collection of Brandon Sanderson was The Emperor's Soul, which I really enjoyed. I know it's connected to the Cosmere, and this is not. Someday I will go to the Cosmere, but not this at this moment. I've got several other books that I'm reading as a series, and I don't want to get another series that I know that will take a lot of my time. It's not a trilogy or something like that. So I'm going for now reading these 4 books. Then after these ones, I want to do the other series he has, YA, which is Bastos, something like that. It's not here, but it's Bastos something. It's 6 novels dealing with librarians. It reminds me of the series of librarians, which is rather interesting because I really enjoyed. And then I'm going to do Reckoners, and then maybe, who knows? All of those 3, as I know, they are not connected to the Cosmere, unless he gets something to do with it. But for now, I'm committed with these 4 novels. Let's see. I'm not going to read the novellas, to be honest, unless I'm really enjoying the 3 novels, because it's not the same writer, and I really don't enjoy reading collabs, which usually means that the idea comes from the writer, in this case Brandon Sanderson, and then someone wrote it for him, the story. But let's see. This is a good IA novel, dystopian stuff. I really enjoy every part of it. The characters are very well defined. It's again 500 pages book, but we got a lot of small characters here and there, around 10. Of course, there are probably 1 or 2 that are main characters. The rest are side characters, but Brandon really gives them personalities, and I could differentiate between every one of them, and it was nice to see. Even her as a character is very interesting. She, in one side, she's rather problematic because they have some problems because of her father, but she handles that in some way that makes it almost a strength. And as the story progresses, of course, more information comes from that part, but she never really loses the focus. She's really funny. This story is almost, I don't want to say a comedy, but it has a lot of comedy stuff, mainly between her and the IA. I'm not going to spoil it, but there is IA which is very funny. I really enjoy it. I'm really looking to read the second novel. On this novel, as I said, I've been reading and reviewing on the site, and I should have this information on with me. Instead, I do not, because I'm dumb. And I rated this book 92 out of 100, which is really short of Ship of Fools last month, which is my favorite so far. So this was the first novel. The second novel I finished was Apocalypse. Apocalypse, I rated 55, but don't get me wrong, I still think it's a good novel for anyone who wants to read splatterpunk, some interesting characters that are totally evil. You will not go here, well, rather, you'll never go to splatterpunk expecting good characters. Good in terms of goodness versus evil, because they are not. They are not good. Even the ones that you could almost identify have some flaws. Okay, there is probably one here that you can connect, but the all others, no matter if the reason, they are totally evil. And I'm a big fan of Warhammer 40k, as you can see here, and most of the characters are evil, or at least not that good. And I enjoy that, okay? I like rooting for evil characters, which, that's why I start reading this book. I enjoy rooting for evil characters. I enjoy their goals, and if they have like some kind of character development, even better. Maybe sometimes it's justified. Well, okay, this is a bit of a stretch, but sometimes you can connect. Okay, here this author tries to to arrange a couple of characters, and they will meet in the end. My main problem was, that the end, because when you develop a character, be it may as an evil character or a good character, you expect something, okay? And some of these characters are really important, and I wanted to see them fail. I wanted to see them to death. I want to see them something interesting, and not be killed as an afterthought, as a, I don't know what to do with you, let's kill it blindly. And that destroyed my interest on this novel. Apart from the last 50 pages, I would rate this like 80 or something like that. Then it went to, I don't know to say something, but it really go down. Mainly because, again, the afterthought killing of characters. Second, it makes no sense that you have this story, okay, it's a apocalyptic scenario where we have people that have phones in their arms, and they become crazy or die because of it. Okay, interesting. Okay, because you know the future, and who knows if this is not possible. But the problem here is that all of these 350 pages is just that, and these characters have to live either by being evil due to that or not. They have to live by its rules, by something that is natural. When I mean natural, I mean it's plausible or whatever. It's sci-fi, so whatever. But then in the last 50 pages, he introduces supernatural stuff that never hinted before. It makes no sense, and to me that was the last straw. 55. I'm now reading a couple of novels. One is The Ice Ghost. I'm missing like 10 pages. No, not 10, but 20. But I already know that this is going to be far less interesting than the first one. The first one is by Ice Lion. This is this Ice Ghost. The last one is going to be The Ice Orphan. And this one, I will tell you, it's not as good as Ice Ghost. First, Caitlin tries to do a first-person perspective, which is okay to me, no problem, first or third, I don't care. But the problem is that we have three characters, and all three are first character perspective. So, although and there are small chapters, like three pages, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages, and sometimes it jumps from one character Quiller to Lynx or something like that, and now Rabbit here, and it makes no sense. Okay, it's very confusing to know. Okay, which one was I reading about? This is Lynx. This is what? I didn't enjoy that part. I enjoyed the part of Lynx and with Rabbit here, Rabbit here, Rabbit here. No, Rabbit here. His interaction to the dog soldier. I'm interested in the lore behind it. We didn't get much information there, but let's see how the story progresses. So far, I'm fairly convinced, unless Caitlin really throws me something interesting, that this is going to be rated less than the Ice Lion. The second one I'm reading, it's Mallory. I'm currently very new, 50 pages, and so far I'm not enjoying the novel, but let's see. The last one, as you know, this is Bird Box. This is a sequel of Bird Box, not the other movie that went out. This is really the second one, the sequel of the Bird Box, featuring the same characters, Mallory, okay, it's her name. As you know, I did enjoy the first book because it was something. I have watched the movie and I thought, okay, let's see if the book brings something new. And to be honest, I didn't enjoy it that much. But I already bought the second one, so I'm going to read it to see what happens with Mallory and her sons and so on. There is a time jump here. In the first one, the children are like 5 or 6. Now they are 15. Okay, so let's see. The worst is a mess, so let's see how is this handled. I'm currently investing on it, and I'm going to finish, of course, this next few days. Next, the one it's being stopped, but I will finish until March maybe. It's Great Hunt. I'm already in page 468, so 200 pages to go. Let's see how I go from this. This was what I read. What did I receive this last week and so on? I didn't receive much books because, again, I'm going on a holidays next week to Ireland, and I'm fairly sure that I'm going to buy some books, some second-hand books, because first-hand I can get in here in Portugal, but second-hand books, it's not that easier. There are not many stores. And what did I get? I only got a trilogy, Those Left Behind, Those Once Forgotten, and Those Who Resist. These are all a trilogy published by, it's independent published by N.C. Scrimgeour. I don't know. I'm sorry if I mispronounce it, but not saying that her name, okay, but that's it. That's the best I can do. Okay, so this is a trilogy I've read that it's very good, and sometimes I want to delve much more on sci-fi, and this last year it has been like that. I've read almost all sci-fi stuff, and this trilogy is an interesting one to start in a couple of months, years, I don't know. And what I'm going to read in the next few weeks, I'm talking about next week and the other one is after. I'm going to take with me only one book, and this is Swan Song by Robert McMahon. It's an 800 pages book, no, 900, and I'm forcing myself to read this throughout the journey because I'm difficult to I have many difficulties to read long books. I don't know why, it's a psychological thing, but that's why I'm going to take this, and that's it. next week after I return, unless something happens, I'm going to read 2 novels at least, or 3. The first 2 are going to be... I'm not going to show this cover here because it's fairly gruesome, but it's Blender Babies, and you can imagine the cover. It's by John Atten. It's a splatterpunk post-apocalyptic dystopia stuff. This is 300 pages, so I can finish it in 3 days or so. Then I'm going to read Atomic Horrors, a short story collection. I already read 2 stories. Now I'm going to finish this, and it's 300 pages, so I guess I will be reading this throughout the month, like 1 story, then read a book, a story, and so on. And then until the end of the month, I'm going to read The Ice Orphan. I want to finish this series fairly quickly because I want to get into other stuff. I'm going to read the second novel, The Star Sight. I believe this is the second novel. Yes, it's the second novel of Skyward. It's almost as big as the other one, 450 pages long, so let's see. Brandon Sanderson, this book reads fairly fast. I'm going to read Shadow of Ulanor, which is the 11th novel on the Beast Rise series, published by Warhammer Dystopia. Who wants to live there? 200 pages. 1 more book to go, which is going to be next month. And finally, I committed only for the first one, but let's see it, because these books, although they are small, they read rather slow. It's very oriented to descriptions, and it's a translated book. Sometimes I think the translate destroys a bit of the flow of the book, or maybe it's problem of the writer. But I don't speak Japanese, so yeah, that's it for me. I have to read this. This is the 11th novel. Again, these are 2 books in one, the part 1 and part 2. I'm going to read part 1, and next month part 2. Each one has already around 200 pages, a bit less. So yeah, that's it from me. So yeah, it's been a really good month in terms of reading. My goal is not... I'm trying not to be a goal centered on the books I've read, but on the pages I read. Because if we... I think I've talked this through, because imagine I read this book here. This book has 900 pages, but it's 1 book. I can read these 2 plus this one, these 3 books, and they will be 900 pages. Or I can read 5 novels of Vampire Hunter D, and it will be 900 pages. So, in terms of goals, I think it's better to have a centered goal of pages per day instead of books per year or something like that. And my goal is going to be always to pick books that are around 100 pages per day. So this month, it's going to be 29 days. I believe all of these will be like 3,100 and something feasible, because some of them are really fast, some are not. Probably I'm not going to do it. Probably I'm not going to end this in 1 week, because again, if this is too, I don't know how this reads, if this is fast reading or slow, but let's see. So yeah, that's it for me, and I will see you in 2 weeks time, if I have the time, coming from Ireland. Maybe I have something new to show. I really hope I control my buying stuff. At this moment, at least in my basket, if you call it that, on Amazon, I have a couple of books to buy, just to tell you. One is Brutality, which is a Wade Garrett, the 7th novel in this series of Glimpse into Hell. It's a splatterpunk stuff. Then there is The Chronicles of Kalen Thor by DMR Books. They are by Byron Roberts, the singer from Balsagot. Cosmic stuff, cosmic power metal, if you call it like that. I'm also seeing to buy Scott the Odin novel, The Doom of Odin, book 3. It's kind of hard to purchase them, and The Trials of Empire, the 3rd book in Richard Swan novel. So 5 novels to buy. I don't have anything less, but for example, I know I'm going to buy The End and the Death, Volume 3, by Dan Habit, which is the last novel on the all oratory stuff. This one I'm going to buy as most likely, and there are a couple of novels being released now, this next week, which I was going to purchase. So around 10 novels I'm going to purchase this in terms of Amazon and other websites. And my goal is to, from this day forward, to buy less books. This was 3 books I bought, and I shouldn't have bought these ones because I don't have. It's not something that is a series I follow. But again, the FOMO, the hearing about, oh, this is a good. All people talking about this as a good book, I buy them, and it's not a good stuff. So yeah, my goal is going to be to buy less books. That's it from me. Thank you all, and have a pleasant week wherever you are, and I hope you enjoy this. But again, this is more for me trying to do this kind of stuff to liberate myself. Let's see how I do it. Thank you.